Good morning. So today we are going to talk about a fruit tree that I highly recommend you have in your yard. This is the fig. Isn't this beautiful? And it gets about 10 to 15 feet tall, and it's about 8 to 10 feet wide. So it needs a really big area of your garden, of your yard, and it needs full sun. And this one, there's a sprinkler that waters the grass kind of back behind it. So it only gets watered when they water their grass. And so it's fairly drought tolerant, and it is just a beautiful, beautiful tree, ornamental tree to have in your yard. So the variety I'm holding right here is called Celeste. And this one is, smaller than a golf ball. And they are absolutely delicious to just eat. You just pop them in your mouth. You do not skin them at all. And they are the sweetest. They taste kind of like a baked apple is what these taste like. These do not taste like Fig Newtons. Remember those cookies? And then the other variety is the brown turkey fig, and it's a little larger, so it would be a medium-sized fig. So both the Celeste and the brown turkey fig are wonderful figs to have in our Central Texas area. They have been bred to handle our extreme cold snaps. They are quite cold hardy. They say the Celeste is a little more cold hardy than the brown turkey fig, but both of them can take our incredible sun, and they don't mind our alkaline soil, and they don't mind those freezes we get. So one of the problems that some figs have are there is a beetle called the dried fruit beetle that attacks the figs through the bottom of the fruit, and some fruit have what they call an open eye. But the Celeste and the brown turkey fig are adapted to have a closed eye, and so those pesky old beetles cannot get into these figs. So that's another great reason to get these adapted for our area. And another thing you're going to have problems with are the blue jays and mockingbirds. They love these things. So when it takes a couple of years for your fig tree to start producing fruit, and when they do, you have to wait until the fig is completely brown. So in like other kinds of fruit, you can pick them and put them in your kitchen counter, and in a few days they ripen in your kitchen. But not so with figs. They have to be picked brown, or that's what you get. They will never turn brown after you pick them. So you and the mockingbirds and the blue jays are fighting to get those figs. So this is my neighbor's fig tree, and they just come out every day and pick the brownest ones they find, and they get out here early before the birds get out here, and they just figure, well, the top ones are for the birds and everything 3/4 of the way down are for the humans. And so they don't seem to have much problem. Some people can like to throw a big net over the whole tree, and that could solve your problem. Some people hang some old CDs in the tree to kind of scare off the birds, but my friend doesn't do anything. She just gets out here and picks as fast as she can. And I'm going to share with you 2 really great recipes to make with these figs. One is a fig bar that goes wonderfully with some bluebell ice cream, and another is just fig preserves. They are so easy to preserve, keep in your refrigerator, and enjoy with toast every morning. So I highly recommend you get one of these fig trees. So let's get up close and let me show you what a productive tree this is. My neighbor says this is about a 10-year-old tree, and the first couple of years you're not going to get much. And look at this. There are just so many baby figs on here, and it's just a lot of fun to find them, go in here and searching until you find the brown ones. The birds are pretty smart. They only want the brown ones too, so they leave the green ones alone until you can get in here and try to beat those birds. And here is a nice little bowl full of freshly picked figs. She will just cut off the ends and put them in a saucepan with some sugar and water and let them simmer for about 30 minutes, and you've got preserves. Or you just pop them in your mouth right here out of the bowl. They are absolutely delicious. So in the fall, early winter, the fig tree will go dormant and drop all of its leaves, and you leave the naked branches alone. You do not want to prune your fig tree. Now, my neighbor says she will be pruning things that are up against the house, and they do plan to trim some off the top because they just don't want it to get that tall because they can't reach up there to get the figs. But for the most part, you don't really want to prune that because then you are cutting off next year's fig production. So it's really very easy to have a fig tree. So here are my newly propagated fig trees. I started these. I'm going to show you a picture here. I took a limb or stick off of my neighbor's fig tree and cut it into sections, propagated it, and now I have these beautiful Celeste fig trees. They are about a foot tall now, and I am not going to put them in the ground until next year. And they say the best time to put them in is early spring, so they can have a long time to get established before we have any hard freezes. So these guys will spend the winter in the garage this year, and then next year they will be planted in the ground. So I just want to make sure the roots are established before I plant them in our clay soil. Then you'll dig a nice big hole twice the size as the pot, and you'll take that native soil out, add some compost, and add some aggregate like builder sand or some kind of crushed granite, some shale, but add something to that soil so you can have good drainage, and then plant it up and keep it watered well for the first year. And after that, you can just water it occasionally like they do when they turn on the sprinklers to water their grass. Well, I hope I've convinced you that you need a fig in your garden. You do need space, but if you have the space, put one in. They are absolutely beautiful. The leaves are, platter size, and they're gorgeous. They make beautiful additions to arrangements. You can put them on the table and put a plate on top of them to really jazz up a formal table. So they're just gorgeous, and you get the abundance of fruit. Just think of all of the yummy desserts you can make with figs. Anything you can make with apples or peaches, you can change that out and put the figs in. They make fabulous preserves. I love this on my toast in the morning. So get yourself a fig. They're easy and they are beautiful. So thank you so much. I would love to hear anyone comment below on whether you have ever tried growing figs. Were you successful? Did you have one of the varieties that I mentioned, the Celeste or the brown turkey fig? Sounds like the trick is to get one of these adapted varieties that can handle our difficult soil, our cold snaps, and our heat. So definitely try one and let me know if you have and what your success was. Okay, thank you so much, and I hope you get a chance to get out in your garden today. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.